Okay, so again, I'm Ibrahim Goodwin. I'm an environmental scientist. I work in the Office of Water, Office of Science and Technology. And a lot of the stuff I do lately has been dealing with citizen science. So all of us are citizens. So all of us have a role in taking care of the environment. And, you know, actually I've been doing some genealogical research and found that some of my ancestors were Creek Indians. And that down south in South Carolina. And many of the northern tribes know them as Seminoles. So, you know, welcome to my cousins up here in the north. And, you know, I believe, you know, the Indian people are some of the bravest and freest people known to man. And they were supreme conservationists. And, you know, their view of land was entirely different than other people's view of the land. They centered on protecting the land, and they regarded themselves as a caretaker of the land for the generations that were going to come. But how different we, the future generations, have become. We run around seeking profit, getting ulcers, and eventually wind up polluting our resources and polluting the environment. So what I hope we get from this is that, you know, we learn from the Indian way of life. You know, when they were gathering herbs, for example, they wouldn't pick the first herb. They'd say a prayer and then go to the next herb, thus ensuring the survival of those species. His creed was to live free and to make a place better than it was when you got there. So hopefully what we do here will be better than it was when we got here. If an Indian could change something with his hand, he'll say a prayer. So I will offer a prayer for us before we start. Okay, I want to pray that we learn from the Indian way of life and that we learn to take better care of the land and that we reverse all the destructive practices that we've had and learn our responsibility to the earth mother. Okay, and the earth is our mother. It birthed all of us. And we got to learn to share it with the animals that fly, the animals that run, the animals that swim, and try to take care of the environment better and leave it better than it was when we got here. And also pray that our arrogance and our greed disappears. But that's what's really driving all of this. So that's the prayer I want to offer as we get started here today. All right. So today we're going to have a workshop on citizen science and protecting the Clear Lake Watershed. So we've had other workshops here in California this week. We've been protecting the Santa Ana watershed. We're trying to protect the LA River watershed, and today we're here to try to protect the Clear Lake watershed. And these workshops are kind of part of a bigger effort that EPA has on citizen science. So citizen science fits in the EPA's strategic plan. The reason is that we need to get people to understand what it is we need from the public so that we can all move forward in protecting the environment. And secondly, that we need to be able to improve your ability to help the politicians and the policymakers make good decisions about how to protect the environment. And part of that is to give you scientific tools to prove to them that this is the direction they should be going into. Next. So, some of the overall objectives in the Office of Water and Citizen Science is to help you conduct scientific research and collect data. to better understand your environment. Simple as that, and that's why we're here. Also, we're trying to facilitate community involvement, bring people together that normally don't get together so that they can all work for one common effort. And finally, we want to educate you on the importance of good, clean water on the coast and inland. September 18th, World Water Watershed Day. It's a big day. Everybody should be participating in it. I see that you all have been having activities here all week, and this goes right in line with, I think you had Indian Day Festival on the 23rd, so it was in the same week. So all of this is coming as part of that same push or effort to learn more about protecting watersheds. We've had courses in the Anacostia River watershed, which is named after the Nacocton Indians that's on the Anacostia River. They couldn't say the name, so they changed it to Anacostia, but it's the Nacocton. And you know, we've been trying to train every kid, K through 12, and other citizen scientists to help us protect the watershed. Also, we've had a learning series, and this is part of our series. We're doing a number of different type of activities. We're establishing an educational series on the river in Washington. We also helping local officials protect the water resources by training them as well. Some of the other things we're doing, we had a citizen science photo contest, so anybody who is doing anything, they could upload their photos and give us a little caption. And we work with the National Environmental Education Foundation to do that NEEF. Another project we got going online right now, and we're sharing it with other agencies, is a water science, water sleuth program. So what this basically does is help students and people who aren't in the Boy Scouts and people who just want to learn about water to find out how to protect water at home, in their community, and then to get involved on hands-on activities. Also, part of what this effort is providing technical assistance to local and federal partners on water quality standards. And that's where we are right now. We're trying to do that and help. You know, we're responding to your request for help, for understanding. We're responding to California because California's got a lot of different unique kind of problems. Every kind of problem that every other state got. If we solve California's problem, we could figure it out for the rest of the country, I think. All right, next. Some of the partnerships and coalitions that we've had include this EPA Urban Waters partnership. Now, I know this isn't considered an urban water, but so many people use it, it almost could be considered an urban water, even though we're rural. But really it deals with mainly big cities. We've had National Geographic, the Smithsonian, Park Service, all these federal agencies, different colleges and universities, and several NGOs that we've been partnering with. So put your name down on that list. BV, Big Valley, Manipur. Next. Watershed, and we've had a great success out here on this trip, I think. Next. And then we also did protecting the LA River watershed. This is the urban water in LA that we went to train on doing a survey about. Next. And finally, you citizen scientists are our partners. So that's why we get to engage you as our partners to protect the environment. We're at your service. Feel free to get our numbers and call us whenever you think you've got a question that we might be able to answer. Because truly, we're all in this together. You know, we're going to protect it together or destroy ourselves together. So.